So in today's session, we are going to discuss about master detail association. So then what exactly the master detail association? What is the use? How to map the master detail association between the two objects? And what kind of behaviors or the functionalities will be offered by the master detail association? We'll see practically today. Now, so let's take the two objects first. For example, assume that I'm having the position object, but already you are aware of that. So already we have the two objects, like as hiring manager, and then we have a child object called as position. So where we have mapped that lookup association between these two objects, we considering the hiring manager as the parent and the position as a child. Why? Because is we can assign multiple positions responsibility to a single HR person itself. For example, if I am posting some jobs information inside the job portal or a company's website or anywhere, then what will happen in this case? So many people will look into the job description. Based on the job description, if anybody's profile is exactly matching with this requirement, then they will apply for the position. So some candidates are going to apply. The candidates are the people who are looking for the job change or who are looking for the job, those people will apply. How many people? Only one or multiple? Multiple people will apply. So now here in this case here, I would like to create a candidate object over here. I would like to create a candidate object and where I would like to map the association of this candidate object with the position. So let me create the candidate object first. I need the candidate object here. So now inside this candidate object, I need some fields. Okay, I need some fields. So what fields are required? For every candidate, I would like to have a reference number. That means the candidate ID. That you know that. Candidate ID, I would like to create the field which is of type auto number. Where I would like to have the candidate ID should be look like this. CID hyphen 400001. This is the ID that I would like to start from. Every candidate ID should be in the same format where the first candidate ID should be CID hyphen 400001 and from there onwards it has to keep on increment the value by 1 for the remaining candidates. Second one, the candidate name. It is a standard field. So no need to create this name field because Salesforce is giving this field automatically by default. Next one, location of the candidate, where I would like to make it as a pick list field. I would like to make it as a pick list field. And that too, I would like to make this field as mandatory. Next one, I would like to have the years of experience. How many years of experience does the candidate have right now? I would like to know that. So for that one, I would like to have a field which is of pick list, where I would like to map the values. I would like to display the values from 0 to 20. So now you can raise the question, sir, why you are giving this like as pick list field? Why can't we make it as a text box? If I'm giving like as a text box, like as years of experience a text box, then user will enter like as 40, 50, 60 also. But at that time, that will be wrong. Because 40 years of experience, 50 years of experience, like that. But I'm giving up to 20 only here. If I'm giving a pick list, then user can't enter wrong information. Always has to select any one of this. Next, I would like to specify the current CTC. Current CTC will be of type currency value, and the expected CTC. It is also currency where I would like to make it as mandatory. And then the notice period. Notice period I would like to make it as a pick list, where it should have some list of values, like as immediate. He can able to join immediately, and then he needs some 1 week of time. He needs some 15 days of time, or else he needs some 1 month of time. He needs some 2 months of time. He needs some 3 months of time. This is the max, not more than that. Next one, I would like to have the contact number. Because here, whenever the candidate has been applied for a position, then as a HR person, I need to contact the candidate because to know his interest level, so that I can able to get some screening information, and then I can able to schedule the interview process for this candidate. To know his availability for the interview process, so that I need that candidate contact number. Contact number will be of type phone, so where I would like to make it as mandatory. And then once a candidate is interested in this position, then I need to send some interview call letter to his email ID, so that I need that email ID over here, which will be of email type, where I would like to make it as mandatory. And then I would like to specify his PAN number, because whenever the candidate is applying for a position, I want to know the PAN number. So the PAN number will be having text maximum of some 10 characters. Along with that, we need his passport number also. So that is also of type text and maximum of some 10 characters. And next one, his technical skills. I want to know his technical skills, where I would like to use that pick list multi-select. I would like to add some collection of skills over there. From there, the candidate has to select what are the skills that he have. Because as a person, we can have the multiple technical skills as well. For example, previously I have worked on some Java, now I'm working on some SAP. Or previously I have worked on some C programming, now I'm working on some Java, like that. The people may be having multiple skills also. So these are the various fields that we need as part of my candidate object here. Now, I would like to create this object now by using Schema Builder. You know how to create the object through Schema Builder, you are aware of that. Now let's see how to create this object through Schema Builder. I'm going to the Schema Builder now to create this object. Click on Schema Builder. I'm clearing these objects. Go to the Elements tab. Now create the object here. I'm creating an object right now, which is a candidate object. I'm giving that the plural label as candidates. And I want allow reports, allow activities, track field history. And I need that notes and attachment option also, because the candidates, whenever he is applying for the position, he need to add his profile also as an attachment. For that one, I need the attachment option as well. Now click on Save. You know the process, how to create the objects, how to create the fields through Schema Builder, everything. Now my object is ready. The next one, I need to create the fields one by one. Candidate ID, I would like to create that, which is of type auto number, so that drag and drop the auto number type of field. Candidate ID. So I would like to give that format as CID hyphen some 6-digit number, where the number has to be starting from some 400001. Now click on save. Next one, candidate name is already available, which is a standard field. Next one, location. Location will be of type pick list. Location name. I'm adding some set of values. Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Noida, Delhi, Kolkata. These are the values. I want to show these values in the alphabetical order, so that select display values alphabetically. Next one, I want that email ID field, so that I'm adding email type. Email ID. I want to make this email ID as mandatory. I'm adding that phone number, nothing but the contact number. I want to make it as mandatory. And I would like to specify his PAN number. PAN number will be of type text. Where it has to allow maximum of some 10 characters. I'm making this PAN number as a mandatory field. Next, the passport number field. Passport number will be having maximum of some 10 characters. Now make it as same. Next one, current CTC. Currency field. Current CTC. I'm allowing maximum of some 10 digits. And the next one is expected CTC. I want to allow maximum of 10 digit, where I am making this expected CTC as a mandatory, because based on his expected CTC and based on that maximum package that we can offer, we can able to identify whether we can go ahead with this candidate's profile or not. Next one, we need a pick list field, which is used to store the notice period. I'm populating some set of values like immediate, 1 week of notice, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. These are the values. Next one, years of experience. I'm specifying that years of experience also as a years of experience. I'm passing the values 0, 1, I'm passing the values up to 20. Next, what else that we need? We need that field that is technical skills. Technical skills, I would like to make it as a pick list multi-select. I'm adding some set of values, some technical skills. C programming, C++, some core Java, advanced Java, J2E, Oracle, SQL Server, manual testing, QTP, Selenium, Microsoft.NET, SAP, Hadoop, Apex, Visual Force, Salesforce CRM, Civil CRM, like that. These are the values I'm populating inside this. Now I want to populate these values in the alphabetical order, so that I'm selecting this one. The number of items to be get visible is of 5. Maximum of 5 elements has to be get visible at a time. Remaining elements has to be get verified by using that scroll bar. Now click on save. Now I'm done with this object creation, with the fields creation as well. So whatever the fields are required, everything, all the fields we have created one by one. Now, so now whenever I'm creating this object by using this schema builder, then as a second step, what we need to do, schema builder will create the object for you, but it won't provide any tab. So we need to create the tab for this object here. Then let's go to create the tab. Go to the build menu, click on create, click on tabs. Now I want to create the tab for my candidate object. So go to that custom object tabs section, click on it, because you know that the whole process already we have discussed. Select the object as candidate and then select the tab style. What style that you want to apply for this object? So now here I would like to apply a style. Because for example, I would like to apply the people style over here. Here is a style. Or else I would like to apply like as a shopping cart style. Anyone, whatever you want over here, depends upon your requirement. Now, I'm applying some shopping cart style here. Go to the next. Make the tab to be get visible to all the profile users by making it as default on. Click on next. And then make this tab to be get applicable for each and every application. Click on save button. Now the tab has been created successfully for my object. For the candidate object tab has been created. Now let's go to that candidate object tab. The tab is also available on the tab bar. So let's click on this tab. Click on the new button. So but only the mandatory fields are visible, remaining fields are not visible. Because we have created almost more than 10 fields inside this candidate object, but we are able to see only the 5 fields here. The remaining fields are not visible. Because upon creating the object through schema builder will represent only the mandatory fields on that page layout. Remaining fields will not be visible over here. So the remaining fields will not be visible on the tab bar. Then how can we make these fields to make it visible on the tab bar? Sorry, on the page layout. So for that one, we have to go to the page layout customization. By using this page layout customization, we need to make it as this one. We need to make it as visible by placing those fields onto the page layout, by customizing the page layout customization. Now, now let's see how can we customize this page layout in order to display the remaining fields onto my page layout. Now, so now let's see the page layout customization. How can we do that? Go to that first Start Quick Access menu. Click on this Edit Layout. Now, add that fields onto that layout here. Whatever the fields that you want, we can able to add those fields onto that layout. It depends upon the requirement. Now let's see in this case here. So I would like to add some sections over here. I'm adding to store all the contact details at one place. I'm using this contact details section. Here I need these two columns. And then I am placing over here contact number and then email ID. Next one, I'm adding one more section. Compensation details section. Compensation details. Here also I'm placing the current CTC. Here I'm getting that field from that page layout and the expected CTC, both. And I'm adding one more section here. Additional information section. Additional information section. Here I'm placing that PAN number of the candidate and the passport number of the candidate. Next, I'm adding one more section which is used to specify the technical skills. I need only one column. I would like to place the field inside this. So technical skills field I'm placing inside this. And the remaining fields, candidate name is visible. I want to show the name over candidate location over here. And then I would like to specify the years of experience and the notice period. Owner field should be visible over here and the candidate ID should be visible over here. And then I want to display the information section in both the layouts, edit layout as well as the detail layout also. And then system information also I want to make it visible on both the layouts. Next one, I don't want that activities part. I'm not using this one, so that I'm remove that. Only notes and attachments is required for me. So these are the various fields that we have created, and then we have customized the page layout also. Now click on Save button. Now my page layout is ready. So this is my page layout where we can able to create the candidate record as well. So by using this user interface, I would like to create some candidate record, and then I would like to map the association between these two, which is of type master detail. Now let's see how to create this candidate record. So let me create a candidate record first. I'm creating a candidate like as some Sai Kumar. So now he is having some 4 years of experience. Location is some Hyderabad. Notice period is some 1 month. Contact number, I'm entering some value. Email ID, sai@some gmail.com. Current CTC, some 8 lakhs. Expected CTC, some 12 lakhs. PAN number, I'm entering some value. And the passport number also I'm entering like as the same. Now he is having some experience on some advanced Java and then core Java. and then Oracle also. So these are the three technical skills he is having the experience as of now. Now click on Save button so that candidate record has to be get created. Now the new candidate record has been created successfully right now. So now this is the candidate record is available here. Now, so let me go to the tab. So now we are having the candidate record. Let me display some more columns over here. Go to the edit columns. We can show candidate name and the candidate ID, his location name also, and his email, his contact number, and then his notice period, and then his expected CTC, and his email ID. His phone number. Location, notice period, expected CTC, email ID. So these are the columns I want to make it visible. Now the columns are visible over here. So there is one candidate record is available. Now I would like to map the association between what? Between the position object and the candidate object. So what kind of association? I would like to map the association which will be of type master detail association. I would like to map the master detail association between this position and the candidate. Then how to map this master detail association? Then what kind of behaviors the master detail association provides? Now let's see. Now, so let's take the use case here. Take the use case. Configure the master detail relationship between position and candidate objects and list out all the observations and list out all the observations. So now I would like to list out all the functionalities and the behaviors which will be given by the master detail association. Then how can we map this master detail association? Now let's see practically, and what kind of observations and what kind of behaviors it will provide. Now let's see practically in this case here. Now, so now as a step one, first of all, we know that whenever we are mapping the association between the two objects, we have two steps are available. As a step one, we need to identify which one is the parent object, which one is the child object. Now tell me from these two, which one is parent and which one is child. I would like to make this position as a parent and the candidate as a child. Why? Because is for one position, multiple candidates will apply. So whenever we are having one job, for one job, so many number of candidates will apply. From there, they will select the right candidates here. Now, So based on that assumption, I would like to make this position as a parent and the candidate as a child. Now, let's see here. In this one, the parent object is position, position object, and the child object is the candidate object. Then how to map the association here? Now let's see practically in this case. So now here, how to map that master detail association? Mapping the master detail association is nothing but creating one additional field inside the child object, which is of type master detail, and by selecting that parent object here. Now, so we need to create a field inside that child object, that means inside the candidate object, to map the association. Because always association has to be mapping from child to parent, not from parent to child. Now, so that here I would like to create the relationship field here. Now let's see. This is the step 1. Identify parent and child objects. So this is our identification here that we are done. Next, as a step 2, map the master detail association between the objects. In this case, what needs to be done? We need to create the master detail relationship field inside the child object by selecting position as a parent, position object as a parent. This is the second step that we need to do. Now let's see how can we create this field. So now here in this case, let me explain point here. So now before mapping this association, so now inside my candidate object I have some child. Okay, inside my candidate object I am having a record here. Okay, this is the candidate record that we have. So now let me explain the base fundamental concept of master detail. So when coming to the master detail, the fundamental principle is every child record should be associated with the parent. It's a fundamental principle of master detail. That means every child record, every child record should be associated with the parent record. That means the child can't live without a parent. The child can't live without a parent. It's a fundamental phenomena of master detail association. But already the child record is there here. That means there is a candidate record. That means a child record. Now this is not having any association with any of the parent. Because as of now, the candidate object is an independent object here. So there is no parent. Now tell me, in this case, will the master detail association is allowed? Let's see what will happen in this case. Now, so let me place both the objects over here on the canvas. I am going to the schema builder to indicate whether these two objects are having any association or not. Go to the schema builder. Now I am having the candidate object as of now. I want to show the position object also. So select the position object. Here's the position. Now tell me, do we have any relation between these two? No. There is no relation because these two are independent objects right now. So both the objects are independent. Then how to map the association now? Let's see. So now let me go to that association part. I would like to map the association. So we need to create the field inside the candidate object which is having the association with position. So go to the candidate object, create a new field. Click on new button to create a new field. What type of field you want to create? Master detail. So that I would like to select the data type as master detail. Go to the next. Select the parent object. Who is the parent object here? Position. I'm selecting the position as the parent object over here. Go to next. Specify the field details. I'm giving this field name as some position ID. Here I'm having some options are available, like as read only, read write, and then we have a checkbox called as allow reparenting. Okay, allow reparenting. That means to reparent the child record with another parent, we need this option. But generally, when you go to the lookup, this kind of checkbox is not available. Okay, reparenting option is available by default in lookup. But in master detail, we have to make it enable by selecting this option. There is one observation we did as of now. Okay. Now, go to the next button. I'm not changing anything. Go to the next. Go to the next. Make it save. Observe what will happen in this case. Will the master detail association will be applicable or not? Click on save. Now it is indicating that error message to me cannot create master detail association. Why? Let's see the point over here. You cannot create a new master detail association on an existing custom object if records already exist. This is the first fundamental principle. That means what here? Already inside my candidate object, I have one record, but that is not associated with any parent. But in master detail, every child record should be associated with a parent here. It's a fundamental principle. Suppose if any of the child record is not having the association with parent, then master detail association will not applicable. So now here in this case, what we can do? What needs to be done? We need to remove that. Here we have two solutions are available. First one here, as a blind solution, remove that child record, make that table as empty, then map that master detail association. That is one thing. It's a blind formula. Second formula is, here what we need to do is, between these two objects, position and the candidate, map the lookup association first. Okay, map the lookup association first. And then, once you are mapping that lookup association, then make this child record, nothing but the candidate record, to be associated with a position. Okay, associated with a position. And then convert this lookup association into master detail. Okay, then convert this lookup into master detail. So there is a functionality here. That's what it is indicating, that you must first create a lookup association and then populate the lookup field with the data in all the records. That means here every child should be associated with the parent. Once all the childs are associated with the parent, then finally we have to change the data type from lookup to master detail. This is the fundamental concept here. So now in this case, whenever we are having any child record inside that child object, which is not having any association with the parent, then master detail association will not be applicable to you. This is the fundamental principle. Now I would like to go with the blind formula, because here whatever the candidate record that we have created, that is not that much of important for me. So I'm removing this one. Only one record is there, I'm removing this. Now we have to remove this record completely from the recycle bin also. Remove this record as well. I'm making it as empty recycle bin. Now I have removed the record permanently from my candidate object as well. Now let's map the association. Create a field of type master detail. Select the field type as master detail. Go to the next. Make that parent object, the parent object as position. Position object is the parent object. Go to the next. I'm giving that field name as position ID. See, I'm not touching any options. I will come back to these options again. Go to the next. Go to the next. Now make it save. So now the association has been mapped successfully. Okay, now the association has been mapped successfully. Now here it has created a field which is of type master detail association with position. This is the field label here and the field name. This is the field name. Let's go to that schema builder. Refresh this user interface now. Let's see. Do we have any association or not? Yes. What kind of association? Master detail. How do you know? Because it is giving with a maroon color symbol here. And that too, what kind of association it is providing here? It is starting like as 1 over here and it is ending like as many. So now master detail association is also providing one-to-many association by default between these two objects here. Okay, this is the second observation that we did. Now, let's see. Make a note of these observations here. The first one. Observations. The first one. Master detail association provides the one-to-many relationship between the records by default. Master detail association provides the one-to-many association between the records by default. That means a parent record can have one or more number of child records. Next one. What is the second observation we had? So master detail association will not be applicable on the child record which is already having some records. Okay. Now, master detail relationship will not be applicable on the child record. So the child object which is already having a child record. Then what needs to be done? The solution 1. We need to remove all the child records from the child object and then map the master detail association. This is one thing. Second one, the second solution. The second solution is we need to map the lookup relationship between the objects first and then make sure each child record should be associated with a parent record, and then convert the association type from lookup to master detail. This is the second observation. Now, these are the two observations we had as of now. Next one, the third observation. Now let's see. For example, so let's go to that candidate record here. Click on candidate. Click on new. So now when I go to my fields, there is a lookup field has been added here. This is a field which is a relationship field. Now how this field is looking like over here? Is it a mandatory or optional? Mandatory. That means what? In master detail association, lookup field is mandatory. That is, every child record should be associated with a parent. So compulsorily we have to select that parent record. Now, so let me create this record here. I'm creating that record with the name some Sai Kumar. Years of experience, some 4. Location, some Hyderabad. Notice period, some 1 month. Contact number, some value. Email ID, sai@gmail.com. Contact number, some 8 lakhs. Expected CTC, some 12 lakhs. PAN number, some value. Passport number, some value. Now I'm selecting some advanced Java, core Java, J2E, and the Oracle. So these are the 4 technical skills he is having that. Now we need to select that position. That means for which position you are going to apply right now. So compulsorily we have to select because this is a mandatory field. So now select that, click on lookup icon, select the position for which you would like to apply. For example, I'm selecting that position as senior Java developer. Select the position. Now click on save. Upon saving this, whatever the position record that you have selected, the position record's ID will be storing inside this field, not the name. Only ID will be stored. Now click on save. Automatically the Sai Kumar record has been created here. Now Sai has been applied for which position? Java senior developer. Once you click on this position name, we can able to see that this is the position details here, Java senior developer. When you come down, one candidate has been applied here. For this position, a candidate has been applied. This is the candidate here. So now one candidate has applied, that is Sai Kumar. Now this is the candidate ID and the location value, notice period, expected CTC, contact number, and then email ID. All this information will be getting available. That means what? Whenever I'm going to be creating this candidate records, compulsorily we have to select the position. It's a fundamental principle because in master detail association, lookup field is mandatory always. Now, let me give you the third observation here. Now, in master detail association, lookup field is a mandatory field. Mandatory field. That is, each child record should be associated with the parent record. Each child record should be associated with the parent record. It's a fundamental principle. This is the third observation. Next, the fourth one. Suppose, for example, assume that I'm having my candidate record. Now, this is the candidate record that we have, Sai Kumar. Now, upon creating this record, I did a small mistake, for example. Okay, for example, I did a small mistake. So, upon creating this record, I have selected the Java senior developer position for the Bangalore location. But actually, I'm looking for the Hyderabad location. Okay, actually, I'm looking for a Hyderabad location. Assume that inside that lookup, okay, 2 positions are available. Okay, one is for the Hyderabad location, second one is for the Bangalore location. I'm looking for the Hyderabad, but unfortunately, by mistake, I have selected the Bangalore position. Now, I want to change it to Hyderabad. That means here what I want to do, I want to change this lookup field. Can I change this lookup field value? No. Now it is indicating what here it is looking like as read only. That means what? Once a child record has been created by selecting a parent, then that will be fixed. We can't change. Okay, we can't change that parent of the child. Then how can we change here? That means here I want to change because I have selected the Bangalore position by mistake. I want to change it to Hyderabad position. Then what we can do? In this case here, when coming to the master detail association, reparenting option is not available by default. Okay, reparenting option is not available by default. But somewhere we have identified one small option like as allow reparenting checkbox. Now what needs to be done? I need to enable that option over here so that I can able to change the parent of the child record as well at any point of time. Now, in this case, what I want to do? So I want to change the parent here. Let's go to that field. Go to your relationship field now. This is my relationship field. I want to enable the reparenting option. So click on edit. So there is a checkbox called as allow reparenting. Okay, allow reparenting. So select this checkbox over here. Select the checkbox, click on save. Now, I made it here. Now let's go to your candidate records now. Open this candidate record. Now can I modify this field value now? Let's see. When you place the mouse pointer, it is indicating like as right, nothing but pen symbol. Double click on that, modify the value. Now select some different position record to whomever you want to apply. Like as I would like to apply for the Java developer position. Make it save. That's it. Previously, I have applied for the senior Java developer position, but now I have applied for the Java developer position. That means here, whenever we are mapping that master detail association will not be providing the reparenting option by default, but we need to make it enable manually by selecting the checkbox allow reparenting. This is the fundamental principle. Now, let me give the observation. In master detail association, reparenting option is not available. Option is there, but the default it is not enabled here. That's what I'm indicating. Option is not available by default. We need to make it enable manually by selecting the checkbox allow reparenting upon creating the field. Now, so now this is the fourth observation. Next, the fifth observation. Let's see. So now this is the candidate record here. This is the position. Position is some Java developer. This is the Java developer position over here. Now, for example, I'm deleting this Java developer position. Okay, what will happen in this case now? Let's see. Click on delete. I have removed the position record here. Java developer position I have removed. What about my candidate here now? Let's see. Where is my candidate record? Candidate record also has been gone. That means what? In master detail association, child record is completely comes under the control of parent automatically by default. Okay. In master detail association, child record will be completely comes under the control of parent record. So that whenever I'm going to be deleting that parent record, automatically the associated child records also will be getting removed. This is the fundamental principle of master detail.
It is the same in lookup also, right? Or like in lookup it's different?
No, when you go to the lookup, upon removing the parent record, only parent will be getting removed, child record will be existed as it is. But in master detail, it will be removing the childs also. Okay. Now that's what we have discussed that. When you go to the lookup association. So now in this case here, upon removing the parent record, only parent record will get removed and from the child, from the parent object. Child records will not be getting removed. That will be existed as it is here. There is the difference between lookup and master detail. Now, in this case here, suppose for example, if I am restoring the parent record, then what about the child's? Whenever, if I am restoring that parent record which I have deleted, for example, let me go to that recycle bin. Go to the recycle bin. Now the Java developer position is available. So now if I am restoring this one, what about the associated childs? Click on and delete. Restore has been, position has been restored back. Java developer has been restored. Now, what about my candidate here? Candidate record also has been come back. That means what? The child record is completely depends on the parent. The child record is completely comes under the control of parent automatically. If I'm removing the parent record, child records also will remove. If I'm restoring the parent record, child records also will come back. This is the functionality in master detail. Now, so let me give you the note point here. So upon removing the parent record, all the associated child records also will get removed. Other-
Suppose in real time, they use more master data and relationship.
Sorry?
In real time, do you feel they will use most of the MDR relationship more
Yes,
because it makes sense, right?
yes, right. Correct. Now, if we restore parent record, then all the associated child records will get restored. This is the fifth observation. Next, the sixth observation is, so now when coming to an object can have maximum of two master detail association fields, not more than that. For example, assume that I have an object. This is object 1. And I have one more object. This is object 2, second object here. Now object 2 is having the association with object 1 because this is a parent, object 1 is a parent, object 2 is the child. Now this is the parent object and this is the child object. So between these two we have mapped the association which is a master detail relationship. For example, I have one more object also, that is object 3. Now I want to map the association from second object to the third. Here also I would like to map master detail, where second object is a child, third object is a parent here. Now how many master detail associations we have? This is one and this is the second. Because fields are created in the same object itself. Suppose I am having one more object here, fourth object. Now I want to map the association. So which is of type master detail. But in this case, Salesforce won't support. Okay, Salesforce won't support because an object can have maximum of two master detail associations, not more than that. If that is a lookup, then maximum of 40. If it is a master detail, maximum of 2. That is the limitation given by Salesforce, not more than that. It may be any addition, the same limitation, and that too we don't have any chance to extend this limitation as well. Even though by contacting Salesforce also we can't extend because that is the limitation given by Salesforce. Now the observation. In an object, we can have maximum of two master detail associations. Maximum of two master detail relationship fields. Next one. The next point is sharing settings and the security settings of the child record is completely comes under the control of parent record. So in this case, when you verify this one, see, when you open this parent record in the child, Sai Kumar record I am opening the Sai Kumar is the child record. Now tell me, do we have the owner field here? Do we have the owner field? Owner is a standard field, right? We haven't removed that. So do we have the owner field? No. Owner field is not available over here. Next, go to the Java developer position. Do we have the owner field here? Yes. That means what? Parent record is having the owner field, child record is not having the owner field. Then who is the owner of the child? The parent record owner will be getting the ownership on the child records also automatically by default. Because of that, upon removing the parent record, child records also will be getting removed. No. That's what hence child record doesn't have the owner field. Okay, child record doesn't have the owner field. Next one. The last observation is we can create that the roll up summary fields. So roll up summary fields on the parent object in master detail association. We can create the roll up summary fields. Roll up summary fields can be applicable on master detail associations. That possibility is available to you. So these are the various observations that we have as part of master detail association. So as of now, we have discussed about that lookup association and the master detail associations, and then lookup filters and the lookup dialog configuration, all these things. Now, so in tomorrow's session, we'll see the many-to-many association. It's the most important question in every interview. And then we'll see one more important question, that is hierarchical association, hierarchical relationship. So what exactly the hierarchical association, what exactly that many-to-many association will see, and then after that, we are going to be discussing about a small feature called as converting lookup relationship into the master detail, and then how can we do it vice versa again. Converting master detail relationship into lookup. How can we do that? We'll see practically these concepts. Okay, so these are the most important features over here. So now tomorrow we'll be discussing about these 4 features, and then day after tomorrow we'll discuss some more so that we can complete this relationship topic. From there we will move forward to that some more concepts like as email templates. Okay, now so do the practice on this one. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining features of this association concept here.
Firoz, one last question. While creating MDR, you said that, like, suppose if the records are already there, we need to delete the records. But then one point you had written saying that first we create a lookup and then convert into MDR.
Yes, right.
Or directly you selected that MDR option field, right? When you are creating a field.
Yes.
But in the points, I think I saw somewhere that second point or first point, you said that, okay, after deleting the records, we are creating a field. The field will be first initially lookup and then you're converting into MDR.
Because here, see, in this case here, not suppose if the records are not there, then we have to go with that lookup. See, for example, assume that I'm having a child object which is already having some records. There is no association. I would like to map. So in this case here, whenever you are trying to be mapping the master detail association on an object which is having some records, Salesforce won't allow directly. At that time, 2 solutions are there. First solution is we have to remove all the child records from the table and then map the master detail association directly. That is one way. Second way is, if you don't want to delete those records, okay, if you don't want to delete the records, then create the lookup association first and then make every child record to be associated with a parent, then convert the lookup into master detail. Because there I have removed that child record directly. Because that is not important for me, so that I have removed that record, then I have mapped the master detail association directly. Suppose without removing that record, if you want to map the association, then we have to go with the second step, like as lookup association first, and then we have to make sure every child should be associated with a parent, then we need to convert that lookup to master detail. Okay.
Yeah, I think real-time converting would be more appropriate, I guess. I don't think so they will delete, right?
Yes, because here if you are having some more number of records, we no need to delete. So at that time, we can map the lookup and then update every child record with parent, then convert the lookup to master detail. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then if you will you upload this
Yeah, document. I'm
document.
putting the document right away.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.